Hi, I'm Matt Carter. I'm Director of Admissions at Harding School of Theology, and I'm here with Andrew Braxter. Andrew is a Master of Divinity student. He also works with me in the admissions office. And we wanted to talk a little bit today about some tips for people who are thinking about graduate studies in Bible, ministry, or theology, seminary, studying here at HST, and what are some things that you can do to prepare yourself to be ready to study. And so I'm going to toss it to you, Andrew. What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
I would say that the first thing that someone who's contemplating studying ministry coming to HST would probably want to do is start studying their Bible on a daily basis, getting involved in daily devotional readings or picking a passage, getting used to Bible study. Since you will be studying it for a great length of time here, it just makes sense to begin studying at home so that you have an idea of what you're going to be getting into when you start your graduate studies.
And a lot of the classes, they assume you know the big picture.
Right.
They assume you have a knowledge of the overarching story of the Bible, main characters and events.
Especially God, Jesus.
Important,
yeah,
yes.
Those important people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, in addition to being a daily Bible reader or daily Bible studier, I think it's also important that you're already growing spiritually. If your prayer life isn't where you think it needs to be, then increase your time in prayer. You're going to come across a lot of different ideas in graduate school. You'll face some mind expanding questions, and you need to have a good grounding in your own faith and your own spiritual life. So let me encourage you to be growing in your prayer life, to be growing spiritually as well.
Definitely. If you aren't already involved in the ministry, it would be good to get involved in some type of ministry, whether that be your church, whether it be some type of organization that is Bible-based that's trying to help the community. Coming to a seminary to learn more about theology and God, you're going to want to be a part of some type of ministry opportunity, especially since that's what you'll be studying for the next few years. Ministry is a vital part of what we do and who we are.
And if you're thinking of spiritual leadership, being involved in a church can give you that confirmation that other people see that in you as well, for
Definitely.
sure. On a little more practical side, I would strongly recommend working on improving your writing skills.
Yes.
You'll be doing a lot of writing in grad school, and so start to practice writing. Maybe writing a blog or writing church bulletin articles, those kinds of things, sharpening those writing skills, but also asking people who are good communicators to read what you write, so that you're not just writing, but you're writing with purpose and getting some feedback on whether those writing skills are what you think they are, because it's an important part of communication. Writing not only helps you with your grad school, but helps you organize your thoughts, and so when you're teaching or preaching, you're able to put things together in a way that makes sense.
Definitely. And in addition to that, not only writing, but taking advantage of ministry opportunities such as preaching or leading devotionals, teaching Bible class. Some of the ways that you can experience your ministry calling. And what we do, part of it is being in the public eye and reaching people. And so having that opportunity to stand before them, to proclaim God's word, to share with them God's word, is a good way of doing that and getting your feet wet to see if this is really something that you're interested in.
Awesome. And building on what I mentioned about writing as well as becoming a daily reader. You will do a lot of reading in graduate school, so developing that discipline of reading. And read books on ministry and Bible and theology, books that might be similar to some of the things that you will read in grad school. And I would also encourage you to think about writing reviews of some of the books that you read. If you are reading a book with an eye toward reviewing it, you're thinking about what was the author's purpose. Do I understand what the author is saying? Do I think the author accomplished her purpose there? So if you'll read with an eye toward a review, and you may even want to publish your reviews to Amazon or Goodreads or something like that, and see if other people find your reviews to be helpful. So I would recommend doing that as well.
also recommend talking with a trusted mentor. Part of the reason why I'm in grad school today is because one of my most trusted mentors encouraged me. He told me, son, it's no point in having a tool that you won't sharpen. And he basically confirmed my ideas of ministry and helped to shift me in this direction. So talk with someone that you trust, whether that be an elder, a minister, some older person who you admire, and they can help confirm your calling in the direction that you should go.
Awesome. And I think the last tip that I have in mind is talk with grad students in your field, in the area you're interested in.
Yes.
Or even if you're thinking about HST or a particular school, talk with alumni of the school and ask, how is this helping you advance in your field? By advance, I don't mean, get promotions, but is this helping you to be a better minister if you're thinking ministry?
Definitely.
Or if you're thinking, I want to go on and do doctoral work, did the school prepare me to do doctoral work? Andrew here was already preaching when he became a student, and so he has ministry experience. But even coming as a gifted or accomplished preacher, how his school helped.
There was still a lot to learn.
Absolutely. So let me encourage you to talk to people, ask a lot of questions. A lot of questions. And here at HST, our professors are willing to communicate with you about their field. So if you're thinking about theology, email Dr. Powell and ask him for some feedback. So I think those are some good ways to prepare. What do you think, Andrew?
I definitely would agree with you. Ask as many questions as you can. There are no dumb questions. The only question that's dumb is the one that's not asked. You should never be afraid to say I don't know and to raise your hand to ask. Normally there's an answer, and if there's not an answer that's known, we can find the answer.
For sure. A lot of times people ask questions and they think nobody's ever asked it, but most of the questions about grad school we've heard,
right,
and can give you an answer. If not, we can point you to the people who can. So let me encourage you to, if you're thinking about grad school, get in touch. I'll put our phone number in the Facebook post here, and you can give us a call. You can talk with either Andrew or me. We have a chat feature on the website, so if you have questions, you can enter them in the chat feature. It is just those of us here in the office who respond to that chat. We don't have like a 24-hour response team, so if we can't get to the chat, put the question, give us your email or your phone number. We'll get back in touch with you and do our best. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and hopefully we've been helpful. See you next time.